Hi, I'm Sawyer, one of the rock climbing staff at Columbus State University. I'm going to teach you some of the different climbing holds and how to grab them. That's how you do it. That's what I wanted. And now for a bit of a tricky part. Figuring out rock climbing holds can come from just about anywhere there's rock. This includes sandstone, granite, cobblestone, man-made objects as well, including brick. Brick is a bit of a tricky substance as most of this stuff is filled in. However, there are still holds you can find. Let's see, now I gotta find holds, right? Just find something, anything. Is it good? It is more like a pocket, if anything. This is... Searching. This one right here that comes out provides a nice little lip, just good enough to grab, and this is what we would call a crimp. This one actually, because of the size of it and the amount of finger pad I can get here, is called a half pad crimp. Ooh! The hold right below it can also be called a undercling, as I can grab underneath it and use it to pull myself into the wall using that upward force rather than downward force. I could do that. That's a good way to do it. I'm doing it slowly. What we'll do is this. It's a little rugged, but it should work. The first hold we're going to talk about is called a crimp. It's a very common hold for rock climbing, as you can find it just about anywhere. So this little lip here we find, the brick coming out, it's called a crimp, and this is actually a half crimp, or a half pad, because only half of the tips of our fingers can fit. So you can put all that pressure down on a little space. Another good hold is an undercling. With this, you can put your fingers underneath and use it to pull yourself into the wall with upward force rather than downward force. A third type of hold you might consider is called a pinch, where you pinch the rock using your fingers and your thumb in order to hold onto the wall. Another good hold here, demonstrated with this piece, is a slapper. As what you do is you slap the rock and try to hold on to it. This one's very coarse, meaning that you have a lot of grip you can use for it, which is much better than having smooth surface your hand will slide off of. If this were a hold, I would probably call it a side pole, as it comes up almost like a pole, and you can grab onto it and use it as support when leaning away. Now if I take one of these away, this will be called a crack, and what you do is shove your fingers inside and wedge them in so that you can put pressure on them to pull yourself upwards. If the hole is big enough, you can even put a hand or two hands in to wedge. This may be part of a crack, but because of how it closes up, it forms really nice little pockets that you can put your finger in. Not your whole hand, but just a finger or two inside. It's another kind of way to support yourself. And of course, if you had a hold with a big gap in the back, you would likely call it a jug. This is something you can fit most, if not all, of your hand behind. And it's a very, very comfortable hold, probably the most comfortable you can imagine. Now, with everywhere you can climb, there are different holds that you'll see. Some will have more crimps. Some locations will have more crimpy things. Some locations will have more slopes and jugs. It really depends on where you go. Brick is not the most friendly thing to climb, as it's very crimpy and very few holds end up on the brick. However, it can be done as long as there are enough holds and the wall is big enough. Again, I'm Sawyer Kovacs with the Columbus State University Rockwall staff, and I hope to see you when we come back in the fall, hopefully. Fingers crossed.